Hi, so if you're a Scorpio, born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of October 2015? Let's tune in and find out. So, Scorpios, a lot of you are about to give birth to a new project, give birth to a new identity, give birth to new understanding, um, even conceive a baby or have a baby. So there's this whole energy around new identities, new phase in your life. So there's this big opening for you guys this month to be able to actually manifest what it is that you want. So that's exciting. So look, you're going to see as you move into the early part of the month, just they're showing me kind of like different little connections or things, and then you're going to start to see them line up and really fall into place around the 9th or the 10th, and then really start to open up and give way towards the end of the month. So all in all, it's going to be a really great month for you guys to really manifest what it is that you want. We already know that at least all my Scorpio friends seem to be really somebody that knows how to manifest quickly. So this is something that's close to your heart, something that you really want, and you're actually going to get it this month, or see it happen. So that's a really great thing. So let's look at relationships, beginning with relationships. For those of you in a committed relationship, what can you expect for the month of October? So, Scorpio, you're so good at getting what you want. I just see you kind of like wrapping yourself around your partner, and some of you can call it manipulation, some of you can call it love, but it works. And I just seeing you, get what you want, and your partner's complicit. They're like happy. They're like, okay, this works for me. She's tying me up, bondage, but I'm into it. So it's like that. It's like whatever you want to do. There's this real friendship and kindred spirit happening with your close partnerships. Now, that's how it starts out. Now, for some of you, I'm starting to get, some dry eye stuff happening. And so some of you may not like what you see in your partner. Some of you may have a frustration or a desire for your partner to be a little more bolsterous or a little more powerful. Now, you're a Scorpio, so you guys like to sting, you like to hit back, and you like to get hit back hard, right? You like your partner to stand up to you. So some of you may be craving a little bit of that. You may be craving for your partner to fight back. You may be craving for your partner to be a little more virile or strong, right? So there's some of that kind of going on in the relationship, but it's overshadowed for the most part by just love and being able to really connect with each other, and all in all feeling really good. You may have some nice highlights around the 20th in your relationship, and there may be some challenges as well around the 13th, around that 13th. And we know that there's a new moon, but there's also some other things that are going on around that new moon that are creating some difficulty. So just be aware that people might be a little extra sensitive, and my throat's closing up. So it may be a time for you guys to kind of like, be careful, because you can sting and you can say things really quickly. So around that 13th, you may want to be a little more sensitive about sparring with anybody, or just kind of like laying all your cards out on the table. You want to be careful, because you could really, just find yourself in an uncomfortable situation, or your foot in your mouth sort of situation. So you want to be careful around the 13th about what you say with anybody, pretty much with anybody. Okay, so let's look at those of you who are looking to be in love or looking to be in a relationship. So some of you are dragging somebody into a relationship. You're going into this, and you've like conquered them. Like you're cave woman, hit them over the head, and are dragging them into October. All right, you're going to find for some of you in that relationship that by the 13th, they're just gone. They're just gone. Like you turn your back, and they're gone. You know what? It was probably a Mercury retrograde romance, meaning you just met them in the last couple of weeks, and after you get over the 13th, it's like, they're gone, whatever, okay? So if you did want to keep hanging on to that relationship, you may not want to. Energetically, if you see that they're resisting, let them go. Really, let them go, because There is something better for you that's coming up around the 17th to the end of the month, around the 25th. There's a full moon on October 27th. And that full moon, you're likely to get somebody just to fall right into your lap. It's very easy, not somebody you have to club over the head. It's nothing you have to work too hard for, but yet it's rewarding, right? So it has kind of like a lot of nice elements with it. So you want to just let go of, if that relationship is not working out for you, don't chase it down, don't hunt it down, don't try and hang on to it. Just be done with it. There's something better at the end of the month. Okay. All right, so let's look at career and money for Scorpios for the month of October. Okay, we touched on this a little bit in the beginning. Some of you will have some creative projects that you're in the midst of working on. Some of you have some really nice momentum. There's going to be new players showing up for that creative project. Some of you have, have some work to do around being backstabbed. You've been backstabbed. You've been ripped off. You've been taken advantage of. This is a month to really get healed. Libra does, Libras are the balancing energy, bringing balance to yourself, bringing balance to relationship. So some of you may be doing some healing work around relationships. So that Libra energy, because we're in the month of October with Libra's energy, it affects all the signs, right? So there's some healing energy that comes in. It's a really nice kind of easy energy. It's so much easier than Virgo's energy of last month, right? Which was really intense and critical, and so many people went through so much stuff. October is going to be like a warm bath after that, right? It's going to be really nice. However, it may be uncomfortable in that you're being asked to let go of some past and let go of some pain so that you can move forward and manifest. So if, let's say you have a company that you want to sell, and this month you get a buyer, or you have a house you want to sell, and this month the buyer shows up again, and let's say it's already fallen through in the past, or it hasn't worked out, or you have a memory or recollection of something that hasn't worked out, you're going to have to get over that fear, or get over that pain, or get over that worry that it's going to happen again, so that you can actually manifest it, right? So it's things like that. New opportunities coming up, but you have to deal with the old residue from disappointment in the past when it hasn't worked out. It can be around relationships or anything, but we're talking about career and money. So there may be some around the career and money, that same sort of energy where you're going to have to retrust somebody. So just take precautions, do what you need to do, check them out, making sure, get things written down, it's in contract. And remember, we're still in, Mercury's still retrograde until October 9th, and we generally go a couple days later before the energy completely leaves and we can start to really see what's going on. So you really don't want to sign any documents or anything new. You can talk about it. Again, you want to withhold yourself or stop yourself from really buying a lot of expensive things during this time. And you want to wait until you can really see what it is you exactly want. And or really double, triple check your facts and your knowledge so you can rise above that energy. Okay, so let's look at money. Touched on career. So anything about your money for the month for Scorpio? Sorry. Some of you have been recently squeezed or presented with a bill, and it may be an old bill for a hospital or a rehab or a attorney bill, something that kind of you needed. It was a crisis and you needed it, and at the time you were grateful for it, and now you're being presented with the bill. So there's like a so this feels like an old bill that's coming back around that maybe you forgot about or you were lulled to sleep about, but it feels substantial in your world. And if that means $500 is substantial to you, or $500,000 is substantial to you, it's a substantial bill. Okay. Now, some of you have resources. The good news is that there is a way, it feels like, to get that cut down. So for some of you, it may be incorrect. So it may be way too much. It may be incorrect, or the timing of it may be incorrect in terms of you owe them, but you don't owe them that amount, or that wasn't the time period. So there can be some adjustment to this shocking bill that can actually be in your favor. So I can see you can get it reduced. So there is an opportunity to get this bill reduced. And I would wait to try and get it reduced until after the retrograde, so you're dealing with clear energy, clear communication, and so that's a good thing, right? So there's this shocking bill that comes in, but the good news is that you can get it reduced. Okay, just make sure two things have to happen. You have to believe that you can get it reduced, and you have to put in the effort to get it reduced, and make sure that you're talking to the right person, right? And I would just ask, who do I need to talk to so that I can make this bill go away? Who do I need to talk to that this is, there's incorrect things on here, that I can get it corrected and get the right bill, right? So just phrase your question right, and the universe will give you the right person to help you. Okay, anything good about the money, since we have some little shockers there? Yes. Oh, sorry. Some of you are really kind of struggling and trying around money. So there is around October 17th, they're showing me October 17th as a gold star day to make money or to bring money in. So look at that day on the calendar as a really solid, good day for money and or for career. All right, so let's look at your health for those of you who are Scorpios. I think a lot of you are actually better than you've been in a really long time, like more fit, more focused, feeling happy. There may be some of you that are dealing with dehydration just from a lack of sleep and a lack of focus in terms of remembering to drink water. So some of you may have some dehydration going on, but it feels like you're in the upswing for your health, that you're getting better and you're getting stronger. There may be a highlight for some of you around your bones and around your teeth mid-month. So, if you know you've got, a loose tooth, or you know that you have, you shouldn't eat corn, or you shouldn't eat certain things, or chew on ice. Be extra careful around that date, around the 15th, either side of it, from like the 13th to the 17th. Just be really aware, because there's a potential of doing something with your tooth, chipping enamel or doing something. So just don't do it, all right? Just don't do it. Don't use your tooth to open that beer bottle, okay? Don't use your teeth to, whatever it is. Just, don't do that. You want to be careful with your teeth around those couple of days in the middle of the month, all right? Anything else? It's like bones. It has to do with bones and bones and teeth. So, because the other sensitivity I'm feeling is around your ankles, right? So just pay attention, wear the right shoes. Ladies, if you go out to a nightclub, put your shoes in your hand, put those little slippers on your feet, so that when you're leaving the nightclub, you're not falling off the curb and breaking an ankle, right? So this is the month. Do that, all right? I know it's a pain in the rear, but do it. This month, just do it, so that you don't have any mishaps, right? Because you're prone this month for something of that nature. So just take your shoes off, put them in your hand, and don't worry about it. You know what? And then you can sail through this month, and I don't have to get an email going, why didn't I listen, right? Okay, Scorpios, have an amazing month. One more thing. I just want to see if there's anything unexpected. I always think that that's a little fun. See if there's anything unexpected for Scorpios this month. Well, there's a lot of things. There's unexpected opportunities for you to be heard. There may be somebody in your past that you have incomplete business with, that you have unfinished business with. And it may be somebody that really burned you, that really did you wrong. You may find yourself crossing paths with them this month and have an opportunity to really lay into them. Now, part of your work is being able to not be overreactive, right? Because, part of our job here, as I see it, is to rise above the sign, right? To rise above the sign has, as a Scorpio, you have this particular nature. You can sting somebody, you can zing them, you can really get them. And when somebody does you wrong, that's our nature to want to do that. To rise above means to correct that behavior, which would mean to no longer have that reaction, no longer be angry with them. So part of your work this month is to do your work around any incompletions, and you may have a chance to see this person so that you would have what would be an opportunity to clean things up. So you would state your case. You would say, this was not kind, this was unfair, this was, whatever it is, but you wouldn't annihilate them, right? Like the Scorpio energy wants to. Now, it could be that some of you have a different type of moon or a different type of rising sign where you're not that intense of a Scorpio, where you would never do that anyway, right? So depending on what your sign is and what's hardest for you, there's going to be an opportunity where you're going to see this person or connect with that person or hear about that person so you can rise above the past. So there's an opportunity for you to rise above the past and to be able to connect with somebody who's hurt you or did you wrong in the past. I mean, this could be an ex-husband, it could be an ex-boyfriend, it could be an ex-employee, it could be a boss, it could be a peer, anybody who's harmed you in an unhealthy way in the past. That information may come up, and you may run into them at a wedding, at a bar, at a restaurant. They may be in the vicinity. You may see their best friend, which triggers all the stuff for you because they're going to go back and tell them that they saw you. All this stuff. So there's relationship issues around the heart and around being backstabbed, right? That you're going to have to clear and deal with this month. The good news is you can do it. You're up to the challenge, and go to the right therapist, go to the right intuitive healer, go to the right person to help you deal with this emotion and move through it gracefully and just be done with it, right? And then it won't be in your body anymore. I won't have to feel it in your chest or in your back, and you won't have to suffer the ill consequences of all those negative thoughts and those desires to want to scratch their eyes out or wish them dead, right? So you want to let go of all that. It's not saying it's not justified. Probably is justified 100 times over, right? But this is about rising above it. Okay, guys, you have an amazing month. So good to connect with you. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please share it and like it with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.